Where did Luke get his second arm? Second-hand store. Traya should probably think about going there. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Xerath Prevails. Today we're going to talk about 5 characters everyone should be working on. Now, of course, this is just me telling you guys characters that I think are going to be useful in the future, and do what you want with it. Maybe you don't have those characters yet. Maybe you don't like those characters. Maybe you're just a bad person, and that's all fine. That's fine, I guess. But these guys aren't bad people. The patrons are amazing, and thank you guys so much for your support, guys. It really means the world to me. It really, really does. If you want to support me in any way, folks, Patreon is probably the best, most efficient and effective way to do it. Just throwing it out there. So if you want to support this channel for free, folks, the most efficient and effective way to do that is hitting that thumbs up button, like, subscribing, and commenting on the video. They are so appreciated, guys. It helps us mount the algorithm, and it helps us get on to the next part of the video, which is actually talking about the 5 characters everyone should work on. So, first off, we have Ezra. I feel kind of dumb using him as one of the first, because here's the thing. I know that he's a conquest character. Not everyone is going to have him, right? But he is like the character to counter. He is the ultimate lifter unit. He goes on Rey, and Rey's win percentage, or Rey's hold percentage, goes way higher. It's way tougher to take him out. He goes on the new Ahsoka Galactic Legend team. Her hold percentage goes way higher. You put him on a random Jedi Knight Luke team on defense, like I just recently faced, and hit that win percentage goes really high. He is a really strong character, and if you have him, you should probably be working on him. he's just really strong, folks. Even if you don't have the new Ahsoka, he is really strong. Plus, look at his really cool little arm computer thing. Maybe he got that at the secondhand store as well. No? Okay. He's really good, though, folks. I mean, I just in case you didn't know. Most people know it by now. But, okay, Kelleran Beq. He's an interesting fellow. He's probably made this list a couple times. So he's decent in Territory Wars. He's okay in Galactic, whatever, in GAC. Cool. That's not really enough, though, folks. So here's the reason you kind of want to work on him. He is the part of the new Jedi Vanguard team, and he's like one of the only ones that don't totally suck. He's one of the very few. Yeah, he's got like pissed, just raises his sabers threateningly, but we don't really know how the Jedi Vanguard faction is going to be. We know that Jocasta is coming out. We know that the raid isn't going to be here till sometime in June or maybe July, sometime after that. And really, that's almost the perfect time frame for the new, whatever the Jocasta new team is, to actually be all like out by then. Maybe not totally farmable, but out. And if I had to bet, folks, now that we're pretty far past the Peridia gang with Ahsoka and with all of the different characters that were released, like Balin, if I had to guess, we're not going to do the Peridia raid anymore. My guess would be, because it's the 20th or 25th anniversary, I don't remember, anniversary for Revenge of the Sith, Episode 3, my guess is that we're going to have some kind of temple raid, and that's why Jedi Vanguard is going to, or already does exist, is because they want characters that are going to help fight in that. And even though Kelleran Beq is also usable in the current raid that we can use, which is actually, I mean, we still have 3 months left now, at least, so he's useful there. He's one of my characters that I use there. He's a character that you can use in the raid, and I mean, we have footage of him defending the temple raid, or the temple, right? Like when Order 66 happened, he's the one who rescues Grogu, and, you know, we have that cool scene, and it would be crazy if he wasn't part of that, frankly. Right? Like, he's gonna be part of that. He's already a good character. He has the current, like, modern stats that all of the Jedi Vanguard just don't have. I mean, look at all these crappy like you can't see Shock T in the back, but then Kelleran Beq is here, and then everyone else is old. All these old characters, Jedi Consular, Jedi Knight Guard, like, all of these characters might be useful or usable in the new raid. We don't know. But I think out of all of them, Shock T and Kelleran Beq stand the best chance of being actually effective and good in it, just because they have good stats and a good kit. So, is he going to be a for sure thing to be amazing in the new raid? No, he might not even be in the new raid. That would be dumb if he wasn't. If it is a Jedi Temple raid, because he was part of that fight. But one way or another, I think he's a character that you should be working on. That's just my opinion, of course, though. Captain Drogan. So here's an interesting one, folks. Captain Drogan. This is it's almost embarrassing to admit, but let's just admit these things. Because we don't know everything. Sometimes things go over our heads, and he does a lot of damage. He does a lot of damage with special damage, actually. I didn't realize his damage was special, but he does do damage with special, and good for him, I suppose. That the big thing about it is, at the start of a battle, he does an enormous amount of damage with his basic. Okay? His basic attack, just like one-shots things. And as it so happens, with the new Galactic Legend Ahsoka out, one of the best counters to that team is Leia. Now, Leia does a lot of cool stuff, but one of the cool stuff that she does is have Drogan on her team. That's one of the cool stuff she does, is have him, and he does a lot of damage. You should see it, guys. Like, try his first attack, just like the first time he goes. Just try it sometime, guys. Basic. Like, it's counterintuitive, right? We always want to jam specials. That makes sense. You want to have him, like, call Leia to assist, so then she assists all the time and stuff. Like, of course you want to. I want to, too. But instead, use a basic with him, and it'll one-shot something. It is insane. It is so cool. And so, putting more relics on him, getting him remodded, trying to get him maybe a little faster, all that stuff is probably good. Make sure he has all his Zetas, maybe even give him his Omicron, I don't know. But because he's part of the team that counters everything in the game, including the new hotness, which is, the new Galactic Legend that's out there, maybe work on him. Maybe just take him off of his Relic 7, get him to 8 at least, because he's an attacker. 7 to 8 is a really nice boost. Give him some good offense set mods and everything. I mean, my special, here's something for you to shoot for. Can you get to over 16,000 special offense? I don't know if you can. And then also with a crit damage triangle on top of that, folks. And then try to get him to over 300 speed, unlike me. So, character to work on. I'm sure a lot of people have him farmed. Even if you don't actually have Leia, he's amazing on Saw's team and on Mon Mothma's team. He's just good all around. Okay, so this is our monthly, so to speak. We haven't done this video since December, but like 5 characters everyone should work on, because it's been so quiet and stagnant. Sana, though, this is our discussion on which Datacron character you should work on, kind of. It's the Datacron corner. It's all flashy and catchy, right? Anyways, Sana's team is going to be absolutely crazy in the coming 5v5 season. She's going to be killing all sorts of Galactic Legends. She is at the center of things, and I mean, as an unlock character for a pretty luxury character, let's face it, because you can unlock Afra with her. She is still, as a theory crafter, I'm not a theory crafter, but as the people I know who are theory crafters, I know a lot of people who do like to do all that stuff. She is amazing. She does a lot of cool stuff. the fact that she gives her team debuffs is like a really cool component to being able to have some of your teams do stuff. The fact that she goes with smugglers and mercenaries and scoundrels and rebels, and she has like, she's just a complex character that isn't normally that good, but with datacrons, when you get the right datacron, and because she hits so many different groups, she ends up being really strong a lot of the time, folks. So as a character, like, you don't even need to work on all the other Afro requirements. She is just a good character to have available because she hits a lot of the datacrons that are out there in this upcoming 5v5. I mean, she was already good in 3s. In 5, she's going to be pretty bonkers, I think. Okay, here's a scary one because she's just scared. Gosh, she scared me, actually. She's like Catwoman, kind of. She looks like a cat a little bit, but her name is Juhani, and she's an Old Republic tank that is remarkable only because if you give her Omicron, she makes Starkiller pretty good in Territory Wars. Now, maybe you hate Territory Wars, you don't want to work on that team, that's fine. You don't have to. I don't blame you at all. But here's the thing, working on her, like, I have a Relic 7, a lot of people probably don't even have her that high. She's gonna be pretty good with the new Zalbar Omicron. How good? I have no idea. I really don't know. The new Zalbar Omicron was pretty cool. I really liked it. I don't know if it's gonna be a really central, amazing team, but this is kind of your notice that, hey, maybe you should work on her if you want. Like, if you want that team to be good. The thing is, he boosts her specifically by a ton. She's gonna start doing, if you can get enough turns with her, she's gonna start ruining people's lives with her. Like, she taunts and she immediately gets 400% extra offense. She doesn't do a ton of damage already, but she does enough that 400% is going to be impactful. And if she gets another 400% on top of that, I think she'll start wiping people out. I'm not totally sure on that. And I, obviously take it with a grain of salt, but just keep in mind, she's kind of like the key to the Zalbar team working in 5s, if the Zalbar team can work. So, and if you end up not being able to use her that well, she still has win percentage wise, she still has a lot of viability with Starkiller teams in 5v5, and she's really good in TW as well, obviously, because she makes Starkiller good. Now, really obvious things, guys. These are like bonus characters. I think you should just note Bane is just killing all the things. Suddenly he, like, in 3s, in 5s, he's just amazing. Maybe it's not suddenly, but I feel like he got like shadow nerfed a little bit ago, and maybe he didn't, and I was just imagining things one way or another. He is back to being just an amazing character that counters all the new stuff, and you should work on him if you possibly can, and not just slack and only put him at Relic 5 or Relic 7 with bad mods. Just get him good, get good, and move on. And then finally, we have 3 months more, folks, to get your Jar Jar team, to get your guns ready for the raid if you want him. I don't really care. I don't like the team that much, but it has maintained a certain level of power, even though they don't have an amazing datacron anymore. And I guess he is, at the end of the day, this is a good team. I don't want to go out and say, like, they suck. They don't suck. They're just kind of luxury. Once the new raid goes away, it'll just be like another good team. It'll be right in the same slot that it looks like the new Bad Batch team is going to be. Like, good. Yes, they'll counter things. They'll beat stuff. They'll do good stuff for you, but they won't unlock anything else. They won't do anything other than be good. I mean, it's luxury. And that being said, we still have 3 months, and if you don't have guns farmed or anything, like, it's gonna probably be too late anyways to use them in the raid. But it is just something to keep in mind, because CG announced that the new raid will not be around for several months. This team might still have a small amount of value to farming and working on, but this is just a stretch goal, and I don't think it's I think these other characters are much more important. So what characters do you think are important right now, guys? What characters should everyone farm or risk being obsolete and sucking at life? I would love to hear it, guys. Thank you all so much for watching, and remember that in all things, Xerath prevails.